You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey CBS soap opera fans, this is Soap Dirt on YouTube, and we've got your latest Bold and the Beautiful Daily Spoilers Edition. This is for the week of April 24th through 28th, 2023, and we're going to see Bill Spencer plotting a theft. A theft of what, you ask? It's a person. There's a whole lot to see as Friday is the kickoff for May sweeps, and we're going to see big movement on the Bill storyline, on the Sheila storyline, on the Liam and Thomas stuff. There's so much to unpack here. Let's dig right in. If you haven't already hit the subscribe button, reach down and hit it now so you don't miss any of the latest updates from Soap Dirt with all your favorite soap spoilers. Monday, April 24th, 2023 on Bold and the Beautiful is season 36, episode 140. This past week, we saw RJ Forrester return, and only his parents have seen him so far, only Brooke and Ridge, and of course Charlie, who let him onto the property. Joshua Hoffman is the recast of his son, and as it turns out, he's not a designer, but he is an influencer. So on Monday, we're going to see RJ Forrester's return, sparking a family reunion as word spreads that he's back. It'll be interesting to see how all of his different half-siblings react, because he has a whole bunch. There's Hope, there's Thomas, there's Steffy, and will everybody get together to celebrate his return, both the Logan side and the Forrester side? We'll have to see. We're also going to see on Monday Thomas Forrester questioning his mother, Taylor Hayes. He wants to know how she really feels about the dynamic between Brooke Logan and Ridge Forrester. It's increasingly looking like Ridge is making a move to get closer to Brooke, but again, Ridge just needs to be honest. And it's not so much the pact between Taylor and Brooke, I think, that's keeping him from reuniting with Brooke. I think it's more the fact that he has proven that he will bounce between them without being transparent about his feelings and what is happening. Like when he just didn't explain things to Brooke, he took off to Aspen and followed Taylor, and just all those shenanigans. He's not being and again, now that he's back, he's still kind of back to playing those same games, and the ladies can't put up with that, right? Then it's Bold and the Beautiful, season 36, episode 141 on Tuesday, April 25th, 2023. We're going to see Steffy Forrester having another chat with Liam Spencer. Liam can be exhausting. He is like a whiny little dog with a bone sometimes, and that bone he has to pick, of course, is with Thomas Forrester. Already he's talked to Steffy about, has Thomas changed? Why did you rehire him? Do I have anything to worry about him working with Hope? And now he's coming back with the same song and dance, just performing it on a different day. Steffy has another chat with him, and she is forced to defend her recent decisions about Thomas, are what the official CBS spoilers say. So of course Liam is like, why'd you have to hire him back? Blah, blah, blah. You can probably tell Liam's not my favorite character, but he's just repeating himself at this point, and Hope keeps making assurances to everyone that she doesn't want the bad boy, when of course she's totally hot for him. We're also going to see RJ getting an enticing offer from his dad, Ridge. And so we have to wonder if Forrester Creations is going to hire RJ to be their influencer. Remember, they were talking about him skydiving and doing all this stuff for obviously what's probably his Instagram or whatever. So we'll have to be curious if they want him to do it for Forrester, because it seems like he's going to stick around. Midweek on B&B, Wednesday, April 26, 2023, is season 36, episode 142 of Bold and the Beautiful, and we're going to see Liam taking his routine to Wyatt Spencer. And again, the subject of conversation is, of course, Thomas working with Liam. Every time Liam talks to Wyatt, as you've seen, Wyatt spins him up. Wyatt tells him, you can't trust Thomas. He hasn't changed, blah, blah, blah. It was Wyatt who got Liam all worked up when he came to Forrester Creations the day that Hope fell off of the little riser when they were adjusting the gown, and she fell onto Thomas, who tried to stop her from face planting, and then Liam blew up and made that scene at her job. So I have little doubt that when Liam and Wyatt talk again, that Wyatt's going to spin him up again. You need to stay on top of this, da-da-da-da-da. When this advice is actually alienating Hope and could be driving more wedges into their marriage. There's also a really weird spoiler for midweek, and it's about Ridge honoring the reunion of his blended family with something that's for all eternity. So there's something permanent that is going to honor the blended family. I have a couple of different thoughts on what this might be, and they might be completely off the mark, but just real quick. One thing is Ridge could get a tattoo with, I don't know, everybody's names on it. And that would definitely be something permanent, but that would also be something they would keep having to maintain. And we don't see a lot of tattoos on Bold and the Beautiful. Other soaps show the actors with all their tats and everything, but that's just not something that we really see on Bold and the Beautiful. So tattoo is my first idea, but what I feel is the less likely. The second, I was wondering if over at the Forrester Mansion, you remember there was the original Stephanie's portrait up there for a long time, and then there's been a portrait of Brooke up there, there's been a portrait of Quinn, and right now it's a portrait of Eric, but I'm wondering if they are going to change that and make it a family portrait of the whole expansive family. That might be something interesting to do. All right, let's dig into what's happening on Thursday, April 27th on Bold and the Beautiful. That's season 36, episode 143. Sheila Carter gets another visitor in jail. She's got several visits this week, and her latest visitor is Steffy Forrester, who decides to go over there and vent about all the ratty things that Sheila has done to her. Of course, Sheila's probably getting tired of this barrage of hate, but she's earned it, right? So Steffy is going to chew her a new one for almost murdering her son, Finn, whom Steffy adores. And this is not going to be a pleasant session for her. And I still think in May Sweeps, we are definitely going to see Sheila break out. This should be a lot of fun to see. We're also going to see Bill Spencer enacting a plan. This is the theft we mentioned at the top of the article. The theft is Katie Logan. He wants to steal Katie away from Carter, and so he's come up with a plan to woo and win her, and he spends some time telling his sons Liam and Wyatt about it. And while they like Carter, they probably would like to see their dad settled with Katie because they just came through the trauma of thinking he actually loved Sheila Carter. So the boys will probably be cheerleading his efforts, but poor Carter just can't seem to win, and so we have to wonder what Katie is going to do about this dilemma. If you haven't subscribed to our channel already, reach down and click that subscribe button right now before we dig into the last day of the week ahead. Bold and the Beautiful on Friday, April 28th is episode 144 of season 36, and we are going to see Carter Walton upset about Bill saying he wants Katie back. Poor Carter has just fallen for women, and then he just keeps getting dumped, and he is such a nice guy, and he just cannot seem to get ahead. And of course, this upsets him, and in a surprising twist, it is Brooke who tries to reassure him. And while Brooke definitely cares about Bill, does she acknowledge that Carter would be better for Katie? I mean, we all have to agree on that, right? So it'll be interesting to see, but she's going to offer some reassurance to Carter. And then someone surprising shows up to see Sheila in jail. I am curious if it's Lee Finnegan, because in the Bold and the Beautiful comings and goings for next week, we have Lee back on the set. So maybe she comes over as one of the people to stop by and see Sheila and say, haha, you're going to rot in jail forever. Should be very interesting. Don't miss a moment of Bold and the Beautiful next week. Check out all the latest soap spoilers here on YouTube and get excited because it's time for May Sweep starting on Friday, April 28th, and there's going to be a lot of action. Again, I'm predicting we're going to see Sheila Carter breaking out. We're going to see Bill breaking bad to try and steal Katie, and we're going to see Liam continue his concert tour of whining about Thomas. Don't miss it.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.